welcome to Dornbush download number 164. How are you, Michael?
Oh, I'm good, Dan. Good. We're just saying another hectic old morning, so
Unbelievable.
The download's just coming around a bit too quickly.
I think we should just say goodbye now.
That's right, yeah. But no, a lot to talk about. Again, we're sort of in the throes of AGM season and a little bit of info, but we've had a couple of questions coming out about cryptocurrencies. And look, me personally, hand on heart, I don't really understand the process, but of course, the likes of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Namecoin. I think there's
like 20 something of them.
Yeah, and they seem to be just coming out of the woodwork. But really, the last 12 months or so, the price of these Bitcoins has just gone absolutely ballistic.
Did Bitcoin go over 10,000 US last night?
I don't think it got to 10,000. I think it's a bit over 8,000. So I think at the start of the year, they were like 700 US dollars.
Just gone crazy.
Now a bit over 8,000. There was a big announcement early November regarding the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and they were going to basically develop a futures contract over Bitcoin. That sort of seemed to give the marketplace a bit of reassurance that Bitcoin and these cryptocurrencies are actually going to be a valid form of exchange.
Yeah.
So
you can buy a cryptocurrency ETF now, I see.
Oh, can you? Yeah. The sky's the limit, really, with these things, isn't it? I mean, some people are sort of flagging them as just an enormous Ponzi scheme, and you know, there's no doubt risks involved with them if you're looking at investing in them. But
and I think in that regard, one of the risks is you've got to have an e-wallet. You know, I've looked into those e-wallets. I've never heard of these companies before. You know, like how secure are they? It's an opportunity for one of our big banks to set up an e-wallet, charge a fee. You know, I think a lot more people would be more comfortable then with you know, someone like that being in charge of the IT side of it, the security side of it. That's my biggest drawback, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. No, you're exactly right. I mean, I know there's these, I think they call them blockchains, where all the transactions are gauged, but of course, because there's no centralised system, and I guess too, the cryptocurrency, and particularly Bitcoin, when it first started out, you know, it had a bit of a sinister name about it, because you know,
was that alternate currency too?
Yeah, that's right. People were on the dark web and hiring assassins and doing all sorts of weird
drug deals,
doing all sorts of weird, wonderful things. So there's been a bit of that mystery around it, but certainly, it seems like it's gaining credibility, and more people are using it. As you mentioned, Dan, you know, they're getting upward of 8,000 US dollars per Bitcoin, which I think is about $10,700 Australian money. So there's really big support for it. The question always is, of course, too, is the bubble about to pop? I guess only time will tell. But again, the way that things are going generally, you can certainly imagine that these cryptocurrencies will become the norm, perhaps in 5-10 years' time. So.
Well, it's an easy way to transfer money, isn't it? Bang, it's done.
Yeah, exactly right. Cost effective. There's no intermediaries involved. It's done instantaneously.
I see they load the rates a little bit when you want to buy a Bitcoin or a Uranium. So you know, that's where these companies make a few dollars out of it. So.
No, absolutely. And again, I think there's this what they call mining or Bitcoin mining, where these mathematical geniuses get in and create all these maths algorithms and create Bitcoins, and so it's well and truly above my head. But
You'd
certainly
be able to spreadsheet that, I reckon.
Oh, probably could have a crack at doing a spreadsheet. But certainly, if you're interested in Bitcoin, there's a lot of mechanisms to get them these days. We hear of sort of standing a bit clear of them, I guess. But you know, as far as a speculative investment is concerned, they're becoming certainly, I guess, flavour of the month just for the time being. So.
But I think that's, you know, you still have to treat it as a bit of a speculative alternate investment, wouldn't you? So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you certainly wouldn't be mortgaging the house and buying them, that's for sure. So just be interesting to see how they pan out over the coming months and years.
Yeah, well, I really thought maybe I should buy some of the Ethereums. I was having a good look at those at one stage, but it's that e-wallet. I can't get my head around the safety of that.
No, that's right.
You go and put 1,000 in, it's 1,000 sitting in cyberspace.
And that's it. And a lot of us have concerns about doing a bank transaction over the internet, let alone storing tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of bloody these things on the, in cyberspace, in the cloud somewhere.
Yes.
So
brings me back to what is the cloud?
I still don't know what the cloud is. No, it's out there somewhere apparently. But yeah, quickly too, to a few AGMs, Dan. Been a couple of highlights, a couple of lowlights. On the back of reporting season, of course, a bit more info comes through AGM. A2 Milk had a pretty good upgrade, and again, sort of some of their numbers are beating expectations.
Yep.
ALS Limited, the old Campbell brothers, was at probably the other end of the scale. Some disappointing news there.
They might do a buyback too, supposedly. So. Maybe Bunting, I think, was on the other end of the scale as well. And a bit of that was on the back of Amazon coming to town. These businesses really haven't, some of them haven't worked out how to deal with that yet. So that'll be an interesting space.
Yeah, very true. It is. I think it was Sunrise this morning. Koshi was talking about Katie's and some other Mob Millers, I think, were closing their next number of stores because Amazon's basically knocking on the door. Next month, I think. So
it's happening in a big way in the States too at the moment, Michael. A lot of the stores are closing except for the really high traffic ones, and that's what the companies, Sears, etc., throwing money into those shops in high traffic malls. So it's a changing face of retail, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. I mean, going into the future, and we've embraced the internet some degree with online shopping, of course. But it looks like Amazon's really going to take it to the next level. So be interesting to see how our local retailers fare. So
well, I reckon that's about it.
I think we're just about done.
Cheers.
Thank you.